1, 2, 3, 4. Are you feeling hungry? Getting kind of thirsty? You know what to do now, 'cause we all getting crazy. Master Veg. How can you make it look so easy? Master Veg. How can you make it look so easy? Whoa, yeah. Alright, this week on Master Veg, we are going to be frying some tofu. Now, tofu as a vegetarian is a very important ingredient. It's going to be in a lot of different dishes, so I'm going to teach you how to fry it well and tasty. So first thing we're going to do is we got our cast iron skillet, okay? If you have Teflon or non-stick cookware, get rid of it. It's poisonous. If you have stainless steel, keep it. It could be useful for something else, but the tofu is going to stick and it just sucks. You need a cast iron skillet. It's about 30 bucks. You can get it almost anywhere, possibly even online if you don't have a store. These things will last you a lifetime, and it's going to be your best friend as a Master Veg. So, we got our cast iron skillet. We've got a block of tofu. Preferably you would want organic, but I'm poor, so I don't get organic. But it is non-GMO, which is extremely important. And we have our little mini cleaver. Any knife will do. Tofu is not really difficult to cut. And a cutting board. So, come along with me to the sink and we'll drain the tofu. Yeah, over here. So, first thing you gotta do is get the tofu out of the package. It's most likely going to be packed in water. So you just cut in. Oh yeah, that's good. And peel it back. And drain out all that nasty tofu water. Alright, looking good. Then what I do is I just kind of pull it out, you know, like a so. Okay. And here you go. You got your tofu. Now you guys are probably all very familiar with this, but for you new veggies out there, this is really important. Or you might be an experienced veggie, but you just haven't been really cooking for a long time, maybe just eating out and doing whatnot. So, anyway, I press it a little bit to get a little bit of the water out, but since you're going to be frying it, you don't have to press it and drain it for too long. Some people like to do that, and it is good to do to drain the liquid out, but since you're frying it, most of the liquid's going to get fried out anyway. So, let's take our tofu and bring it back to the cutting board. Now, for these ones, depending on the size of the tofu block, sometimes it's a bigger block, but what I usually do is just cut it into cubes. Really, I mean, it depends on what you're making, but for this purpose, we're just going to make it in cubes. So like a this. Alright. Just a little 1, 2, 1, whoa there. 3, 4. There you go. So, there you got your cubes. You're all ready to go. Let's heat up the skillet. Oh my god! yeah. No. Okay. Now we got our skillet's heating up. It takes a little bit of time for these to get hot, but you know. So while that's heating up, we got our tofu cut. Got to pull out the oil. Now, as far as oil is concerned, you're going to want something that you can fry with that's high heating temperature. So olive oil is probably going to scorch. It's going to taste bad. Any other oils like that, you don't want to fry with. So I usually do grapeseed oil because it's cheap and it's got good fats in it. And it doesn't really have a taste. You could also do maybe peanut oil, other things like that. So, yeah. So what I do is I give a hefty little helping here of oil. Come on in there for a zoom and see how much we got. It's it runs, you know, it's like enough for maybe about a centimeter, you know. It doesn't have to fully be submerged in the oil, that's kind of a waste of oil, but you want enough so it can do its job. So, oil's already pretty hot. You don't want it to get too hot, because then if you put the tofu in, it's just going to start, the water and the oil are going to react, and it's just going to start spraying everywhere, and you're going to burn yourself. So, I just put the cubes in, like this, right? See, it's already cracking. Come on in for a zoom here. Oh yeah. Now I just spread it out so it's all even. Every tofu cube has some surface on the pan. And now you just step back and let it fry. Let it do the work. So while my tofu is frying, it's going to take a little bit of time. I suggest getting a tall glass and a cold beer and having some fun. Yeah. Alright, we're back. Let's come and take a look at the tofu. Now it's really important that when you're going to do the flip, the first flip for your tofu, you have to really make sure that you wait long enough, okay? Because if you don't, then it's not going to be crispy enough on the bottom, and it's just going to tear apart, and it's not going to stay intact in that cube, right? So the way we tell is you should be able to see at the bottom there should be brown, you know, around the edges. You should look down there where the surface is against the pan. You might not be able to see it on the camera, but it's got to be brown. But you can see it's already crispy. If you can't see around the edges that it's crispy and brown, you shouldn't flip it yet. So it's ready. So take your little spatula or whatever you got and just go for it. Give it a little flip. Now there's going to be some splatter here. Woo! Oh my gosh! Now what I do, once I've done that first flip, I like to give it a little bit of salt. Just a tiny pinch of salt on it. What that'll do is, one, just make it taste better by itself. Even when you're adding it to other dishes, right? Still put a little bit of salt on it because, you know, the tofu by itself is so tasteless, really, that you want to give it something to add some flavor. So I just put a little bit of pinch of salt like that, you know, and just kind of sprinkle it over. And what that'll do is suck some of the moisture out of the tofu, and it'll also just give it a little flavor, right? So you're going to leave those again, let them fry again on the other side. It's not going to take as long, so don't go off and think, you know, that you got plenty of time just like the last time. That first side frying is the time that it takes a long time. Alright, so come on in. See that? We got some nice, a little bit burnt, but we got some nice golden brown tofu here. Still soft in the center, nice and crispy on the outside. You're done. Just turn off the heat. And what I do, now this is optional, but take some turmeric, you know, the yellow stuff. Take some turmeric spice, and just give it a few little hits at the end, just like that. Alright, and it'll give it a nice golden brown color. Stir it around in the oil a little bit. Now the reason you do this at the end is because if you do it at the beginning, the turmeric will be in the oil and it'll burn, right? And it'll get all black and it won't taste so good. All you got to do now is dish it up, put it on a plate. If you want to soak up some of the excess oil, you can put it on a rack, or you could put it on a paper towel, you know. And that's it for this week. Make sure, come back next week. We're going to have more stuff. Leave any comments, any questions. And yeah, we will see you next week with some real food. Alright, take care.